Seattle music is real talk.
Hey, we here on Seattle Music is Real Talk. I'm your host, Mr. Benjamin, with Chris Stokes. We got a very special guest in the building this evening. Brother from another mother. My bad. Kun Luv, Town's Business. You understand what I'm saying?
A real deal Seattle representative.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got him in the building today, just to share a little bit about being a DJ and how long he been a DJ and how the DJ life been treating him. So come, man, let them know who you are, man, and how you got started into being a DJ and what inspired you to want to be a DJ.
Man, my DJ story is real deep, to tell the truth. So I've been DJing since 1988. I've been a DJ, which is a long time.
Man, that's a long time. 88?
I did parties with Red DMC, all that, right? All the way up to now. I just DJed for Glorilla a couple years ago, right? So I mean, to go from Red DMC to Glorilla, that's a long time, and it's been a blessing. But I'm Kun Luv, DJ Kun Luv. People call me, or I like to be called, the Northwest Side Kun. And I really started DJing in college. So I went to school at Elizabeth City State University in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I lived that HBCU life, right, which was dope. And a guy in the dorm that I used to really look up to, his name was DJ Ren 10, and he was an older cat from Philly. And he was doing the parties, and I really liked the movement. But to tell the truth, I got down with the team just carrying records, because back in the day, a lot of young cats say they DJing off of Spotify now. You used to have to bring all the music.
We talked about this.
So real DJs used to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 crates, because you would have a whole reggae crate, hip hop crates. You know what I mean? So DJs used to have a whole crew. Like they was DJ crews. Right now, everybody's an individual and they doing their own thing and they don't really need nobody. To be a real DJ back in the day, you had to have a whole posse, right? To help you with the equipment and everything else. So I was part of Ren 10. I was part of the 1010 posse.
The 1010 posse.
Yeah, the 1010
shout out to the 1010 posse.
Shout out to the 1010 posse, right? And so we used to carry all the records. And then over time, I started seeing what Rennie was doing and how he was doing it. And I wanted to try, right? I said, okay, he the man. I could be the man. Because once I got past getting in the gig for free and hanging out just because I helped carry the records, then I was like, okay, I could really do this.
How old are you at this time?
I was 17. Wow. Going on 18, right? Because I had graduated from high school early. Right. So about 18 is when I really got into it with Ren, and he started giving me opportunity. And the thing about it was, his policy, right, was, you could practice on the equipment. So we would practice and all of that. But the moment that you was DJing and you lost the crowd, like you'd be playing, how that sometimes the DJ will play something and everybody's like, why you play that? And dance floor cleared, that's when you're off.
Yeah.
So when I first started, of course, I about to play 3 records. You're out here. You're to the showers, right?
Yeah. You was losing at first.
I was losing.
Hit you fast, huh?
Yeah, but then eventually I got pretty good, and it got to the point where Rennie could sit in the van, and they would be doing their thing in the van outside the party, and he would just come in at the last 30 minutes and set it off and remind everybody that he was the boss and everything. But I was doing the whole party. And so then he graduated a year before me. Okay. And one of the best, the most generous acts that anybody could do, especially in the DJ game, is he left me half the records, right? Because a lot of young people don't, if so anybody, I know it's just turntablists that do this now, but anybody that's watching DJs back in the day,
make them understand.
All DJs had to have 2 copies of the record so you could run it back. You know what I'm saying? And so now you just press a button on the computer and say instant doubles, and it loads the MP3 into each side of your controller. But back then you had to have that single, and if you wanted to play it and run it back, you had to have another copy. Okay. Right? So you had most DJs, and that's another reason why you had hella crates, because you had almost 2 of every record. Any record that was hot, like LL Cool J, rock the bell with LL Cool J is hot. LL Cool J, right? You got to have 2 records.
Right, not to stop you, I never thought about that, and I've actually always wondered when you seeing like the DJs come in, and they got the crew bringing the hella crates.
Yeah.
I never asked nobody this question, but I thought to myself, like, did you really have to bring everything? But like you said, now I'm realizing it's
Well,
like,
yeah,
damn,
so you gotta have all the bangers.
yeah.
And then when they be like, yo, and then if you working with a real host, like my man, we would be going back and forth. And if you got a real MC, they're like, yo, BS, run that back. You gotta have the next one.
Right.
You gotta be able to have it right here and be and play it. Right. So the point is you had to have 2 of everything. And Rennie, right, when he left school, I was still there. I was about to be a 5th-year senior. He said, you know what? I'm going to leave you half the records. So I could do the parties when he would, because he had graduated.
Right.
But he still wanted to. That was a blessing. Imagine. Because right there, you could just, okay, you want to start DJing? It's all good. I'll copy my hard drive and give it to you.
Yeah.
You good. I still got the whole hard drive. Right? Think about that. He gave me half the music in the era when, and this is thousands of dollars worth because every single, this is back in the 90s, a record was $5. Right?
Vinyl.
And the vinyl was $5. So every song was costing you $10. And it was some bangers out.
A vinyl is a record. Just for the ones,
vinyl,
for the people that don't know, they're like, what are you talking about?
A physical record, right? And so you had to have 2 of those. So Rennie left me with half the records, and then I killed it my senior year. I was like the man. I did all the parties. I had the van. So I really fell in love. Like, okay, I'm really doing this DJ thing. And then I came back to Seattle, and I had the records, and I only had one Technique turntable, and
so you brought all them records back with you?
Yeah, I brought the half of the records, right? Yeah. Well, no, I gave a lot of the records back to Rennie when I graduated, but I had been, you got it. So that's the other thing. Records come out every week.
So
you were accumulating.
Yeah, so I was accumulating. So when I graduated, after Rennie gave me the half of the records that I gave back to him, I still had a couple crates that I had already amassed over my senior year.
Okay.
So I came back to Seattle, was like, okay, I'm about to DJ. And I thought I could do it. I thought I would be the man, because I was the man in school. Like, I was like the king of the campus.
Right, yeah.
Like, for real. Like, because when he left, I took over and I was like the guy. Right. And so I came back to Seattle, and I'm thinking I'm going to be the guy. And I remember me and Beezy, we had a party at Beezy came and helped me out. My man, shout out to Beezy 2 Racks.
I was about to say, shout out to Beezy 2000.
And I had a party at the Belltown. There used to be a club in Belltown called the Belltown Bar and Grill. And I made the flyers. Everybody, I gave them out. And I'm thinking that, like in school, there was nothing else to do. So everybody
so when you did something, everybody
showed up. The whole yard was
right. Yeah.
But now I'm back home, and I try to have a party, and the Oz was cracking that night. And so everybody would tell you, the Oz used to be a whole
DV8.
DV8, the Oz, the Scoochies, right? It goes way back, right? So the Oz was cracking, and literally like maybe 3 people came to my party. And I was like, okay.
It's like a first for you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it was the last, though.
He said it was the last.
Oh, we know. We gotta get into that.
So anyway, that's kind of how I got into it. Those are the people, that inspired me. A lot of the cats that inspired me back in the day, of course, was like the celebrity DJs, Jam Master Jay, people like that, Jazzy Jeff,
right?
But really, Ren 10, my mentor, my big bro, he's the one that I worked closely with and saw that I could really be a DJ.
That's what's up, man. Now, speaking that you was at the HBC, what frat was you affiliated with?
Oh, I'm a Phi Beta Sigma, man.
Okay,
that's the blue. Yeah, that's the blue and white for those that don't know. And since we brought that up, just so everybody knows, there's a thing called the Divine Nine. There's 9 historically black fraternities, sororities and Phi Beta Sigma is one of those.
Okay, that's what's up, man. That's a blessing. That's a
Shout
blessing.
out to Phi Beta.
Phi Beta Sigma.
Phi Beta Sigma.
Shout out to Phi Beta Sigma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, tell us this, man. What's your secret ingredient to having like dope dance floor? Like it's packed. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like an unforgettable evening.
Oh man, I got so many of those unforgettable evenings across my career. But I would say the number one secret to having the dance floor packed, right? And I was always the type of DJ that, and I'm still to this day, I play off the crowd. I play for who's there, and my job is to serve them.
Okay.
That's there.
Right.
And I noticed, and I'm not gonna say no names, but I know that when I first really started getting into the clubs, I seen cats where you could tell this is their routine that they practiced, right? So they got their records all lined up in order, right? And they're doing their set, right? So you know, that's where, you know, so when DJs come in, hey, can you play a set? Right. And that's where you play.
Like they know I got 2 hours.
Yeah. Can you come and play a 2-hour set?
Right.
Right. But so you had some DJs where they literally would, regardless, they ain't even been to the club yet and seen who was there, but they got the 2-hour set that they feel like is cracked.
So basically they got what they want to play.
Yeah. Or what they think people might want to hear for whatever reason. But what happens is if you do that and you get to the club and what if the people there is not those people?
Correct.
Right.
That's true.
And so you got to be ready to rock for them. And I think that served me to this day. That's why, you know, I'm the DJ at the, you know, the Toledo Casino, the Muckleshoot Casino, right? Because I can play for any crowd, you know. So most certainly I'm a hip hop and R&B, you know, DJ from way back. But I done did country western parties.
Now, how was that? Tell us about that.
I mean, yeah, for real. I mean, anybody that's a real DJ, in my opinion, especially in this day and age, where you can just go and get the music online, you ought to be able to play for anybody. Now, back in the day, you would have had to go buy all the country western records. Man. So I wasn't necessarily doing all, but once CDs hit and I was able to get, you know, compilations and these kinds of things, it's just a matter of curating the music and having it ready. And then, of course, I got a strong mic game, right? I'm able to talk to the crowd. And so it doesn't matter what kind of music. If you talking to the crowd, you hyping people up, where the party people at, where the birthdays
not all DJs got that action to do.
Yeah, well, I had to learn that early too, right? And so yeah, it was crazy. I did this trucking company's Christmas party. Okay. And it was all truckers. And of course, I had my regular, because my people that put me on was a person that like worked in their office, a black person. So I'm thinking it's going to be us. And when I got to the point, but fortunately for me, I had all my CDs and I had the Kenny Chesney and you know, and Garth Brooks, and I had the bangers, the Shania Twains, and I had some bangers and I was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, that kind of crowd, they still want to hear the classics. They still want to hear the Michael Jacksons and the, you know what I'm saying? Because that transcends all.
Yeah.
So long as I had, you know, enough bangers, a solid hour and a half of country music, I could get through a 4-hour gig because I could be mixing in other songs from other eras.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you call a true DJ. Somebody who can adapt. Right in the moment.
Yeah.
Quick on your feet.
Funny story about that. We can move on to the next question. But I remember this was in the 90s, late 90s. I was working at Garfield, and some of the kids that went to Lakeside, black kids that went to Lakeside, they had hired me to DJ. Okay. Right. And I guess, you know, they had some dance where the DJ was playing some Marilyn Manson or something crazy. And they was like, hey, when it's our turn to get the DJ, we gonna get Kun Luv, right? They were super excited, right? But the problem was they kind of got me out of spite. They got me out of spite because they was like, we gonna make these other kids feel bad how we be feeling bad when they
So that basically put you on the spotlight.
Yeah, so they put me on the spotlight, but then I get in there and it's a bunch of white kids. It's only a handful of black kids.
Right.
I'm playing for the crowd. I done threw the Beastie Boys on there. Everybody say, hey, hey, hey. Man, the white, they going crazy. They and the black kids is all mad now. I'm playing cuts though. But it's the way I'm talking to them. And I got them rocking. Where the seniors at? Where the seniors at? Where the seniors at? Oh, you know, the seniors is cracking. Right. And the black kids is all. And I was like, why y'all over there, man? And that's when I realized they wanted to make them other kids feel bad. Like they be feeling bad when
they gotta go to their
function. When they gotta go to their function and the music is whack. And they be over there feeling, you know. But
you're catering to everybody in the
but
building.
my job is to make everybody have fun. And so, you know, I told him, hey, man, don't be mad at me that everybody had fun. Like, you should have hired me to punish them. Like, I was just going to play Mac Dre and Mac Mall all night and some weird, you know, songs that
have you not uncomfortable in that place.
No, I'm playing for everybody, but it was rocking. So the point is, I've been doing parties a long time, and I'm able to pivot and for whoever's there. But that's my strategy. Back to your original question. That's my strategy for keeping the dance floor packed, if you will.
That's what's up, man. If you can remix any song from history, which one would it be and why?
Oh, man, I got so many bangers that I just love. I just have different ones from every era. You know who I wish I could see is like Denise Way. I like a lot of 80s R&B because, I mean, I'm older, and that's the era I came up in. Those is my songs, right? I mean, I'm every era, but those is my songs. I like, you know, like Denise Williams, Let's Hear It for the Boy. Like, I like that song. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my favorite songs, man.
Let's hear it for the boy.
Yeah, I'm busy. That's like I can feel.
TT was listening to that.
Off the chain,
right? I mean, you know, just so many songs. I don't know if I got a particular one that I would remix somehow. Right. I know what I like. So I like real dope remixes though, you know, and I would have to say like, you know, definitely like some of the best remixes to me was definitely like that Jodeci Come and Talk to Me remix.
Yeah, that was hot. That was hot.
Yeah, that was definitely a hot joint. And and of course the Let's Get Married remix, right? That's
You like a lot of R&B, smooth jazz, mellow.
Well, nah. I mean, these is upbeat bangers. What about the SWV Anything remix with Wu-Tang in it?
Okay.
Yeah, and then Let's Get Married. That ain't no slow song.
Let's Get Married.
The original song was Let's Get Married by
Boys to Men, right?
No.
Jagged Edge. Right. That's
right. The second one got the Run DMC and all that.
The Run DMC beat it. And so anybody that actually, like I said, I did shows with Run DMC. So I was there when the songs came out.
Right.
So of course that's gonna always be a banger to me.
That's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, while we on that tip, man, let's get into the routine of it, of DJing itself, man. Like walk us through a preset routine, like from you getting ready to hit the stage to the dance floor to finishing the night. Like, just give us a picture of Kun Luv DJing.
You know, it really depends on the gig, and to tell the truth, I shouldn't even be saying this because I don't want nobody to think that they don't need to practice and get set up and do things. But I just been doing this so long that, you know, I'm on my what's my man name? I'm on my you ain't got, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying? So
you don't have like a ritual that you do.
Well, no, because I used to.
You don't do 10 push-ups before you.
Oh, nah. Yeah, but I can tell you, like, and I'm not trying to sound entitled or nothing, but I'm just older. I'm an OG, and so yes, when I was younger, and I only had one set of equipment, right? Because you had your equipment set up in the house and you're using it, and you got to pack it all up, right? And get all your cords together.
Right.
But then once you start getting money, you start having multiple sets of things and your stuff's just ready to go.
Right.
So all my cords and everything, like I got a computer. My computer is only used for that.
Right.
Like I had to tell my son, like, Dad, can I use your MacBook for what? Right. No, that's a tool. And so that's like that's like asking a carpenter, can you just use his hammer? Can I go and use your hammer? No, them is work tools.
Yeah.
And so all my stuff is right there. But I guess what I would say about going through a gig though is I really, like I said, I assess the crowd, and in my mind I start thinking about making sure that I'm playing for however this particular place runs, right? And I start thinking about, what kind of sets I'm gonna have, right? Because I'm old school, and I, like I said, I went to school at HBCU. So when I learned to DJ, we had to DJ for all the different types of people that was there, right? And so now, and like I said, no disrespect to anybody else, but if you never really DJ'd in other places, it's kind of hard to have that concept that you got to have. Like, so for me, I got to make sure I got my reggae set. I got my reggaeton set, because right now, then back in the day, I might have my house music set. Then you got to have your West Coast set, right? Okay, it's the West Coast in here. Then you got to have your East Coast.
You like watching the crowd the whole time.
Your twerk or your down south set, right? Then I have a couple of slow songs, right? And so what I usually do is I will warm people up. It's really like a bell curve, right? You start warming people up, you get them super excited, and then right about here, the top of the hour, if you will, if you did it on an hourly basis, you warming them up, you hitting some bangers, and then about maybe 20 minutes in, you're on the mic. Hey, I need everybody to the dance floor, blah, blah, blah. Then you start identifying people's birthdays and where the birthdays at, whatever. And I see you in the white dress, blah, 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 right? So you're pumping them up. And then you take them really, whatever. You play something that's still driving wild, right? Or something that's amazing, right? Depending on the crowd, it might be. So for some crowds, it could be some kind of blow the whistle, right? But then it might be an older crowd. It might be where them fans at. Or it might be the Cupid Shuffle or whatever, right? But
then slide or something.
Yeah, depending on the crowd. But it's something to get everybody involved. Everybody's having a great time, right? And then depending on where you at, where you might want to play for the bar, or if you see it getting a little testy, then you hit them with the Aaliyah to rock the boat. You slow it down, calm everybody down, and then you run it back up again.
So you gotta be a great observer as a DJ. You gotta really know your environment.
Oh yeah,
when you're playing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not just showing up, hitting the press and play, and
I
have a good time.
And that's what I try to tell people, because like this age, I honestly, I feel like it's a great age to be a real DJ. It's a great era. Some DJs, I know some older DJs, they don't like this era because you have all of these cats that just basically bought a controller.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah, anybody can do it. Like back in the day, like I know you guys had Funk Daddy on here and D-Docs and some of the other DJs. Back in the day, it was only a handful of cats. It was like a fraternity, to tell the truth, even though we would all compete against each other because everybody wanted to be number one or whatever. Right. But you had to respect the cat that had crates.
Right.
Because you had to respect because they don't spent the money to be a real DJ.
Even if they wasn't that good.
Yeah, even if they wasn't that good, even if you didn't like them personally, you got to respect them crates. Because that means they was going down to Music Land or Tower Records, and they was buying them records.
Right.
And each crate, a crate holds about, 50 records. So you got to think each crate is at least $500. And so you got cats that's coming in with 10 crates.
Right.
Yeah, that's 5 bands.
Yeah,
that's crazy when you think about that, man.
That's 5 bands with the record. So that's why it was so crazy when you had people say, man, they stole my stuff. Right. And so, but back to my point is that it's a great time for me personally, because I know what I bring to the table and value. I was telling this lady the other day, because they was like, oh, well, we just going to run the aux. Run the aux then. But the aux ain't talking to people. The aux ain't shouting people out. The aux ain't making people feel special, right? And none of that. And the playlist is not going to do that. But if that's the level you at, then that's great. And so you have all of these tools now to let people that may not have the budget for a guy like me, you can still have a great time.
Right.
Use your phone.
Right.
get on the aux, make you a Spotify playlist, and you have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm going to DJ at the casino where they value my talent and pay me accordingly. Right. So that's what I would say, man, is that it's just it's a great time, but a lot of people don't like the fact that there's so many people DJing that really haven't invested in the craft of DJing, right? Where you could tell like they DJing and they talking over
it's not
parts
much
of the
work.
song.
It's not much work that has to be put in now. Like,
well,
I could go tomorrow and get all the right equipment, and I'm a DJ now.
You could go buy a Serato.
That's what I'm saying. And now
and
I'm DJ Stokes.
Put a whole bunch of songs into the computer and play off the Serato.
Well, and that's true, right? And what I remind people all the time is that, think about that. You got people that got 1 million songs, right? Because you could have a 6 terabyte drive and have you could have 1 million songs. But the difference between me and them is I know the right 80 songs to play. That's really all you play. You got to think, right? It's 60 minutes in an hour.
Right.
And if you're hearing at least 2 minutes of a song, most songs you're going to let play for 3 minutes, whatever, right? Even if you quick mixing, that's still, a minute, right? But most people want to hear at least to the chorus, right? And maybe the next, and then some songs, they're waiting for that last verse. So you got to let the whole song play. So on an average, you're playing between 2 and 3 minutes. You got to think that's only 30 songs per hour, right? Think about that. So, and then most people ain't really getting there. The crowd, even though it was 9 to 1, right? The party was from 9 to 1. People ain't getting there till 10:30. So you got to think between 10:30 and 1, you only playing, what is that? That's, that's only 9, that's 100 songs. 105 songs. So who cares that you got 1 million songs on your computer?
Right. You was even looping the whole thing around.
Who cares if you got 1 million? Oh, I got 1 million, man. I got the hard drive. I got H's hard drive. I got BS hard drive.
This DJ thing down or talking about this.
Yeah, but
it's real technical.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And that's why I remind people, because they went out and they bought the equipment. Great. Salute. You done hooked up with 2 or 3 DJs. Maybe you paid a couple people, copied their hard drive, or maybe they just gave you the hard drive, which is cool. Hey, welcome to the game. But the real art of DJing is the curation, right? And that's what Spotify and some of this AI is doing for some people. If you listen over a period of time on your Spotify, it starts making a list and says, oh, I think you'll like this.
Right.
But that's great for you personally. Right? But that's different than a room with 300 people in it.
That's true, because that's 300 different personalities.
Right. Exactly. So the day might come where you all 300 is, and they all understand, and it's linked in the cloud, and somehow the AI, goes through everybody's playlist and can pick out of this room the top 100 songs. Like that, I can see that day coming.
Yeah, I'm about to say that day's coming where it's
but it ain't now. It ain't now. Right. And again, even if you did have that, when you got a DJ that can rock the mic and talk to people, sometimes, my job is to get you excited and have fun, not about the things that you thought I was going to play. I might throw on some banger. You're like, oh, I forgot all about this song. This was like just how you were just when I mentioned that song, a core memory was activated. You remembered as a kid hearing that song, and you probably wouldn't have never thought about that until I said it. But then it made you smile or it made you feel a certain way. You was remembering TT or whoever was and you was a kid and it's taking you back. That's what a real DJ is doing. And the playlist, and that's not doing that for you. And that's why real DJs need to get paid accordingly.
I see now because this is being DJs real technical now, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know all the tricks of the trades to really be a great DJ.
Well,
because anybody could spin a CD.
Yeah,
anybody like you said, can put on a Spotify playlist and just play it. But a true DJ is gonna learn his surroundings, observe his surroundings, and understand that I can't play this, but I could play that.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't get that. They don't get that.
No.
Because I didn't. Until I start hearing you guys talk about being a DJ.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, anybody can DJ. Man, we're going to put like you said, use the aux chord. You know what I'm saying?
The thing you got to remember, right? So it's one thing about the party this week, right? Maybe it's a party every week or this and that. But then it's another thing about your special event, your special day. Like my birthday is Thursday, right? You only turn 55 once.
Yeah.
Right? Or you only want to get married once.
Right.
And you got your whole family there. You got grandma, you got TT, you got little YN, Ray, who that came in. Right? You got to be able to, you got to pick somebody. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of great DJs, but you got to pick somebody that's going to make sure that grandma had a good time.
Yeah.
TT had a good time. Your wife's friends they done came and did their little dance. You know, you got the young cats over here. You done let the little kids do the nay-nay or whatever dance they doing. And you mixing it in such a way that people always feel like they song is on. Right? And you
can't. That's great. I'm just thinking of just different events I've been at with a DJ. And it's like a good DJ is doing
everything that he's saying.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about other events where they were just playing music.
Yeah, and then you be looking at somebody, you be looking at your partner like, why is he playing this? Right. You know, and then nobody's really dancing right now, and the song's still playing. And he looking at his phone. Or he rocking, he might think it's a beggar.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, and it's like, no. Ain't nobody dancing. Nobody's having a good time right now. Now, on the flip side of that, to tell the truth, you got to know how to read the crowd to see if people's having a good time. Yeah. Because sometimes when it's early at an event, like, so say the event started at 9, people that came in, they just kind of but they chilling, and they ain't really done, drinks.
It's only 9:36 right now.
They chilling, and then you get the real hype dude that just got off the road and get it popping, cuz. And you can see people are at their tables or they by the bar and they sipping their drinks and they catching up. How you been, BS? Oh, yeah, I've been good. Oh, yeah. And they listening, but they not on the dance floor per se just yet.
Yeah.
And so you got to know.
Not on there yet,
Yeah, you got to know, okay, well, they chilling right now, and that's okay, right? And so I know the difference between a packed room, and they ready to party, but you ain't playing no cuts, and a semi-packed room where they listening and it's a great vibe and they chilling and they have
DJ gotta watch everything. So you gotta know when to play lounge music.
Yeah, because they lounge it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, you're watching them. Like you're watching them get the drinks. You're seeing them come in.
Yeah,
you could tell by the body language they're just catching up.
Yeah.
She's gonna play those cuts, but they're listening the whole time.
They listen
because at any point it's like a trigger point. As soon as they hear whatever it is, they're like, "Oh, it's on now. It's on."
Yeah, you start or you start talking to them. Yo, the dance.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You know, and you might play an old school joint. I know y'all remember this one. Where was you at when this came out? Right. Whatever.
Man, I wish I'd have been a DJ now. Man. I wish I was rapping and stuff I was doing. Man,
taking you back. I could have been a DJ, man.
You interviewing me right now.
Hey, it's a blessing. Shout out to my people that put me on.
Okay, so now since we talking about all the technical stuff, what's the most epic mistakes that you've made? Like, and how did you in front of a crowd, and how did you recover from it? Like.
Man, I done made a lot of. First of all, there's mistakes that I've made that was my mistake, and that was just a terrible thing. And then there's equipment failure type mistakes.
Well, okay, so there's different levels,
and there's just different levels. But I would say that one of my tragedies that happened to me, and the way I was able to bounce back from it, well, there's a couple of them. One was I was DJing at the downtown at a spot, and anybody that owns a MacBook, when the hard drive, it's called blue screen. That's when it's just dead. It ain't coming back. And so the computer died. And so the computer died
during
the party.
Oh my!
And it was rocking. But so I'm old school, so I always keep something, you know. And so I had the aux, right? And I pulled out the phone, and I had the Amazon Music, right? And I was just picking songs.
Yeah.
And for like the last 45 minutes of the party, this is how I recovered from it. I was talking to people. Unfortunately for me, I knew people in there. I was like, yo, BS, what's good? Right? And he by the bar, call him by name.
Yeah,
Bro, he didn't even know. He thinking,
right.
I mean, you weren't there, but I'm just pointing out, right?
Yeah.
Calling out people. I was like, I know you remember this one, huh? And I'll play the song off the phone. And they were like, come on, y'all. And they rock it. And then I'm setting up the next song. Right? And so literally, like for the last 45 minutes to an hour, I was DJing off the phone. Wow. And people said it was rocking.
And nobody even knew.
Nobody even knew because I was talking to them, though.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't get rattled.
Right, yeah.
Because that's the main thing. Whenever something happens, you can't never let people see you sweat.
Right.
To where you gotta keep it moving. Because they don't know what the show is. The moment that you stop and be like, oh no, you have a bill there.
Right.
Yeah. You know? And so I
give up. You give up.
You got technical issues.
Everybody gonna know that you failed it.
Yeah.
But if you just keep your composure, just like with anything you do, just keep your composure.
Oh yeah,
keep moving
at all times.
Yeah, man. And there's just been a lot of things like that. Like I've forgotten things, forgotten records, and then you know, and back in the day, it was very difficult to come back from that. Where you know, and you just had to take the L. Like so, back in the day when you had your records, and somebody was like, "Yo, I really want to hear this song,"
like requests and stuff.
Yeah, but that might not have been a banger. Like so, for example, say it was a wedding, and they really wanted to hear whatever, some Luther Vandross song that wasn't like a top song.
Right.
But it was their song.
Yeah.
And I done forgot the Luther Vandross album at the house. Now I got all the bangers.
Yeah, you got the,
but I don't have that
ones.
one song that they wanted. And so on those occasions, you just have to kind of own it, right? And take the L. You know,
you're supposed to always have what you need.
Well, especially if they requested.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had a couple of L's like that. And then one time I remember I fell asleep while I was supposed to DJ these guys prom. And so I done had a lot of L's. I mean, don't get it, I know I've been winning over these years, so there's been a lot of L's. So anybody got
you fell asleep during the event?
No, I didn't make it.
Oh, okay.
And this was back in the day. We had pagers. You remember?
You got a bunch of 911.
Wow.
I ruined everybody's prom, man. My bad, y'all.
Hey, speaking of, you know, request and all, what was the most ridiculous request as a DJ you ever had from a fan or a person, and how did you handle it?
Oh man, I get ridiculous requests every week, man. You know, where people want to hear stuff, especially at the casino. And you know, the way I just handle it is I tell people, and this is why I'm glad that there's the technology, is I tell people that it's not a jukebox and it's not Spotify. Right. So back in the day, I would say it's not a jukebox and it's not a tavern. And so, you could make your request, but that don't mean I'm going to play it. Right. Yes. And this is not your Spotify. You know, my job is to curate music for the whole crowd. You know, but you know, if it's something that makes sense, I might play it, I might not. But I just tell people straight up and down, that's why I'm here, is to curate the music. And if you say that with authority and not in a not in a power way, in an empathetic way, like, look, I'm here to take care of everybody. Look, and then you point to people having a great time.
Right.
So it's easy to tell people no when you point to people that's having a great time. And now there's been times where I forgot real bangers. Like with me, in fact, shout out to Lovesick Larry. We used to DJ at Pier 70.
Okay.
And I remember this was the song that I didn't have it, man. And I kept telling people I'm gonna get it on next.
Oh,
right. That's another technique as a DJ.
Yeah, it's
coming. I got you. And then but if you keep it rocking and you doing a great job, there's so many bangers. And if you talking to people and you celebrating people and you got the energy right, most times they'll forget that song wasn't played.
Yeah, because I can see it. Because if I'm like, oh, I want to hear such and such, but you're gonna be playing as soon as you play something that makes me go, oh,
yeah.
I'm not. Even
and
thinking
so
about
the song that we didn't have, but I had the record, and I don't know why we didn't have it that night. Was and I had it every night after that. Was the Master P? How you do that there?
Okay.
And, and you had to come on, man.
He had to play the Master P now.
How you do that there? Texas Alabama. How you do? I mean, it was
we
the whole
don't care.
thing. And so people, but hella people was coming up to the DJ group, man, play that Master P. Play that Master P. And I was like, yeah.
Right.
And I'm
some other Master P.
I know I wasn't playing my other man. I was holding up record like it was a Master P record because the DJ booth. You might remember the DJ booth at Pier 70 was up these stairs over there, so it's not like they could see. I was like, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna put it on, but I was lying. I didn't have it, but I just kept it rocking. So
you're giving too much game now because now when another DJ tells somebody, yeah, it's coming up, anybody watching is gonna be like. They cap.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
We giving up the sauce now. Hey.
But if you rocking the party in the way that it should be rocked, like that one person and they mad or whatever, they complaining, you can always point to man, what are you talking about, man? Go dance with somebody. Look.
Right.
You over here with me. You see all this work?
Shift them off you fast.
Yeah, you gotta shift them off. You've been waiting. Come on, man. What are you talking about? Cause this will get them going. You mean like they're going right now?
It's going. Yeah,
it's going. What are you talking about?
It's moving already.
Yeah, we got. What do they say now? We got motion.
Coach. I got motion.
Yeah, I got motion right now.
I'm trying to coach you during your set. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's just crazy. Those are some of the L's I done. So most certainly, there's been a lot of times where I just either didn't have it or had equipment failure. But I would say the main thing is just to always, is always be quick on your feet and just never like melt down. And a lot of people, and I tell my kids, I told my daughter this: you never about tap out. You know what I mean? Just always know that it's gonna work out for you. Right. And if you know that, then it's gonna work out for you.
Right. Yeah. That's what it do, man. Well, man, how do you choose your favorite tracks to play at a festival or a club or a concert, or do you just have something that's like a go-to thing? I mean, I got my favorites and my crates and all of that, but to tell the truth, it just depends. Like if it's a special event, I try to see who's gonna be there. Like I did a party, somebody's like 70th birthday party down here at the what's that down there? The VFW down there. Mm-hmm. And they was tripping because I had all of this kind of old school Bobby Blue Blood. It was some old school, like it was songs I had never heard of, but I'm doing the research. Yeah. And they was kicking it. They was like, how you know about this song? Really took them back to their prom and stuff. But because I said I'm a real DJ. I've seen what year you was born. And I'm gonna go back because that's the thing with these charts. And so if you go back, so a lot of these kind of curated lists that you find on Tidal or whatever, them is just kind of the Billboard hits. And if you but you got to go deeper than that if you're trying to really move people. Kind of like playing How You Do That there. Well, you know what I mean? That's not no number one Billboard hit. I'm talking about 40 years from now playing somebody knowing to play How You Do That there. Is that what you're saying? You were basically playing. So I'm saying some of that, right? But I would say that if you most certainly said top hip hop songs of 19 whatever year that was, 98, right? 1999, right? If you said top hip hop songs. Most certainly it's going to be that How You Do That there and, whatever, Back That Ass Up or these different songs. And what I'm saying to you is if you was there during that period of time, there were some real bangers that didn't make the top 50.
That's true.
Right? You see what I'm saying? And so in Seattle, for example, especially if you're playing for a crowd just like my age, Mac Mall is a great example. That guy was never on no charts, right? But when you throw that, I'm telling you, nobody. Or Richie Rich, what's his name? Well, Richie Rich too, but what's his name? Going down tonight.
Sally Sale.
No, Sally Sale. Like, so Sally Sale, you're not going to find that Sally Sale on no kind of chart. Yeah, because it didn't chart like that. Or SIBO, the ball head that, right? Like, so so I'm just kind of going through this kind of Bay Area, right? Like, if you was to go back and look at the charts from that time, you most certainly are going to get the Tupacs and the Digital Undergrounds and the E40s maybe. But then underneath that surface, there were some other bangers that only the people that was alive then
know about
and was in the club then know those songs.
Yes.
And so you're not going to just be able to ask AI, oh, Gemini, give me the top, 40 songs from 1989.
No.
Right.
You got to really know what you
There were some bangers underneath those. And that's what I'm saying is, if it's somebody's birthday or whatever, I'm trying to get those songs because you, like I said, now that everybody got the music, you got all these different charts you playing, you download the music, you can just ask Tidal in the AI, make me a playlist from 1989 that went all the bangers, right? And anybody can do that, right? But then the next step of that, what separates us from anybody is one, you got to know the order to play them in to make sure people's having a great time.
Right.
And two, the other thing that separates us from anybody is you got some ones that ain't on that list, right? And if you was there, you was there. So right now, there's songs so the people years from now, it's going to be crazy because there's so much music, right? You got to think 20 years from now, when somebody's trying to play this person's 50th or 40th birthday. So somebody that's 20 now and they're popping it, riding around with their partners, or they're probably in the group chat. We was riding around. They're in the group chat, right?
They're online.
They're online.
Google babies.
But they're in the group chat, right? On TikTok or whatever.
Right.
But there's so much music that you won't be able to, if you wasn't here
to know about
it, then you won't be able
it's
it's
not even charting.
Yeah, because it's a song a week, and they're not really charting right like this. Like, who's to say
blow up on TikTok?
Yeah, like
that ain't got nothing to do with
Whammy, right? Like, is that really gonna be like that's only gonna be over here in the next 2 months?
I don't even know that.
Well, that's gonna put some Lulu on his butt. You ain't heard that? Oh, okay. Anyway, just to let you guys know, I'm 55, but I keep up with the music that's popping.
You in the game, man. You make sure you stay up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
And so the point is that at least back in the day, there was a real chart and music came out, but now it's coming out online so fast that you had to have been here to be able to play the cuts from today.
That's what's up, man. So all y'all out there listening to what Kun is saying is, man, he's giving y'all the game. Basically telling y'all that it's not easy to be a DJ.
Anybody that's DJing right now,
what would you tell somebody who wanted to DJ now, get into this field?
Yeah, you might give them advice I was about.
You know what I would say, and what made me one of the top DJs around here is and let me, elevation is through separation, right? And so I was able to elevate and get my name out there popping because I always made myself an asset to people, right? So, DJs that I would say now, everybody's so complacent and by building out your own brand, right? And you remember, I used to have the mixtapes, I had posters everywhere.
Everything.
And so invest in yourself. If you invest in yourself, it's what's going to separate you, and you're going to make that money for years back, right? Because you're different than everybody else. And a lot of these cats right now, today's age, the tools is here for you to be amazing. You get you the free Wix site. It's free. All the socials is free. You can go on Canva and just tell it to make you a logo. You ain't even got to pay nobody. Right? Why is it that you don't have no brand? Think about that, right? So I made sure my brand was hot. I had the Kun Luv posters and all the barbershops. So I was out there And then I was gathering email addresses, right, or now phones or whatever it was. So when a DJ, when a promoter was like, "Well, come, man, we only got, whatever, we got 250." I was like, "Well, I need 450." "Oh, we can get such and such for 250." Get him then, but does he got an email list with 10,000 people on it? Right? And that was what separated me. So I was able to get more bread because I had more of a presence, and I was doing more work. Right.
You had your own audience.
Yeah.
To be honest,
and that was the thing. And so I used to, honestly, I was a bully about it, not as much anymore, but I would tell cats like, listen, either book me the DJ or I have a party across the street.
And your party won't get up.
But they party might crack. We might both crack. But you could have got all that money.
Right.
And just shot me my $5. All I wanted was $500.
Yeah.
But now you down 2 racks because I done made 2 racks at my little party with my people.
He said, I just throw a party across the street.
Right? And you would have been up $1,500 because you would have had all my people.
So basically what you're telling cats that want to get into DJing today is build your own brand.
Yeah.
Y'all listen to that. Build your own brand and, curate your own ecosystem to where it benefits you.
Right.
And make you a commodity that everybody wants.
Yeah, yeah. And when you own your own ecosystem and your own brand, and you're in contact with your people, you're not dependent on this promoter to put you out there.
Correct.
And so, and then eventually you promote your own gigs, right? Because everybody's like, put me on, put yourself on, And so the flip side of that, and I know it's a lot of DJs that used to be mad at me, but I would say, listen, you're not promoting. What's the point of putting you on the flyer? They were like, I saw the flyer. I thought I was DJing for you. You are. I gave you a deposit, right? Why ain't see my name on the flyer?
You don't have a following.
Yeah, so what am I promoting you for? You show up and do your job.
That's real talk, though.
And so, I know that I'm going to get my people to come because they my people and I asked them to come. Correct. They're not coming for you. So why would you be on the flyer? And
that's real spit, man. This is real talk.
That's what be upset. I said, well, listen, you ain't got no followers. You ain't got no, where's your presence? You ain't out handing out no flyers. What do you think this is?
Right.
See, you looked at it from a employer standpoint, not an employee standpoint. And that's big because most people want to be an employee and not an employer.
Nah, man. In fact, so the other thing that I would give people, in case you run into a cat like me, I used to make my own flyer, right? And I can remember when cats would be upset, like other DJs would be upset. So say somebody was bringing Jeremiah, right? So say somebody bringing an artist and they got me and 2 other DJs on there, right? And they got their name at the top, such and such productions. They got the artist right there, whatever. It's going down, such and such party. And then at the bottom, they got Kun Luv, such and such and such, right? Or whatever, 2 DJs or whatever, right? And that's the flyer that they handing out.
Right.
I'll invest in myself. I would go ahead and get my own flyer made and have my picture right next to the artist. Like I was just as good as the artist.
Hey, that's marketing.
Right.
Yeah, that's marketing.
Cats would see the flyer. Now, I done printed my own flyer.
Right.
So, of course, if you the promoter, you're like, yo, Kun's working. Yeah. So when I ask you for a couple of dollars extra next time, you say, oh, I know Kun gonna invest.
Bring some people.
Yeah. And so, but then I'm promoting. I got my own flyer in the barbershop. They got the artist and they got a picture of me. And then I might have the other 2 cats named real small. And they're like, good, I'm good. Because I paid for this.
I paid for this flyer. Yeah,
this is about
all people are listening, man.
They are listening because he's giving you guys the true sauce.
And so what happens is, it's somebody's birthday today. Somebody's turning 21 tonight. Or somebody's having a birthday next week. And back in the day, we used to put the flyers on all the cars. Right. And when they pick up my flyer, they never even known me before.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And they seeing my picture next to Trey Songz's picture, whoever. right? And it's like, oh, well, who's this Kun Luv guy? Right? They not checking for DJ Bubba.
They ain't looking for. That's crazy because some of the stuff that you're saying, because you're just giving game.
Oh, this was real good.
Some of the stuff you're saying I saw in real life. Like
yeah. So I did all of that. Yeah.
Okay,
it's all love.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up, Kun, man. But one thing I want to touch on before we get out of here, man, is I want to say, man, you are an amazing human being.
I appreciate that.
The reason why I say that is because of this, man. I watched you. I know you for years.
Right.
And I watched how you beat something that a lot of people can't get over.
Right.
And having a hard time suffering with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, man, I want to give you your flowers, man, and tell you, man, you did something that a lot of people is having and struggling with diabetes, man.
Yeah.
And you beat diabetes.
Yeah, health is the real
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and man, I just want to congratulate you on that, man, because that's a big feat.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That, man. I really appreciate that. And in the context of the show and what we're doing right now, one, yes, I did beat diabetes, but one of the reasons I had diabetes, I beat it, is I was living the DJ lifestyle. So these DJs that's watching right now, I was going to 13 chords and ditties after the club, going home, sleeping on with all that in my stomach. We was popping big bottles, all the alcohol. And so, you know, I was fortunate enough to be able to wake up one day and be like, you know what? I need to stop that if I want to live, right? And so I would just say to anybody else who's struggling with diabetes or health issues, you know, you can change your life at any time. I woke up at 50 and was like,
he's living proof of it. You're watching it. You're watching it right now.
It can be done.
Correct.
It can be done.
It can be
I
done.
don't take any medications no more for diabetes.
Man, see, now that's an honor, man. We got to clap. Man, I got to.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Because the reason why I say that is because that runs in a whole lot of black families.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, it is curable. You can beat it. You just have to learn how to live right.
Yeah, most definitely. In moderation was the key for me. You know, and I walked every day, right? And so whatever you do, the body is meant to move, and you know, and we don't need all of it, right? And that's the key for me, man. But I definitely got on the path to diabetes, living this DJ life. And what I like to tell people is diabetes is a gift that I gave myself.
He gave it to himself
through an excessive lifestyle. Right?
It's a gift I gave myself.
Yeah, but you know what? I woke up one day and I went and packaged that gift back and I took it.
Gave it back. You returned that to the sender. You returned that to the sender.
Put it back in, man. So yeah, it's a blessing.
Well, man,
I'm gonna roll with this one no more.
Yeah.
We want to thank you for coming on our show, man. And before you go, man, before we get off of here, can you let everybody know where they could find you at?
Oh yeah. You can find me on Instagram at KUNLUV. And that's the best place to catch me. I'm on all the other socials and everything else, but Instagram's the best way to catch me.
And let them know what casino you be at, man.
Yeah, I'm at the Tulalip Casino every other Saturday. And then I'm at special events at the Muckleshoot. In fact, I'm gonna be at the Muckleshoot Casino this New Year's Eve.
You can see him implementing some of these tactics that he just
Yes.
You see it in real life, like I remember he said that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He's off the phone. The screen went blank.
And he showing you a record. Believe you me, he's playing your record. He's playing your record. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, thank you, Kun, man, for coming out here, man. Thank you for sharing your story with us, man.
It's all love.
And before we go, we gonna let you know, Seattle music is real. Talk. Seattle music is real. This ain't a game. It's a movement.
Seattle music is real talk.